What is going on, true believers? I hope you're having a great day. My name is Bleez. I'm here to talk to you about this crazy crypto world. And man, like, what you know what I'm talking about, right? I mean, anyway, a few minutes ago, the market was just fine, and then USA came online. That is what dumb people call Canada, USA, whatever. Pick a country, it doesn't matter. Anyway, USA comes online, and we are now down $50 billion on the day. On a day when 20 minutes ago, an hour ago, we were down maybe $1 billion, kind of treading even. At different points, we were up between $7 and $15 billion on the day. But USA. So, and by the way, I know that it upsets some of you that I talk about this and that I'm honest with you about what is really happening, because I'm not using the, well, it's okay because search this person I like more than I like these other people. And this person told me everything's going to be okay. And I believe that person. So, whatever wild shit you believe, it's cool. Continue to believe it. Anyway, Solana is on the verge of another dump potentially, and Alameda Research has just unstaked $23 million in Solana, which is a big number. And look, Solana trades a lot more than that during the course of the day. The question is getting new people to step in and buy up that $23 million worth of Solana to protect that price. So we're going to see whether or not that's going to happen. So buckle up, strap in, strap on, use whatever strap you strap. I'm not here to judge. This is not financial advice. I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
What's going on, guys? I want to talk to you about Cicada Finance. I'm going to put this up on the screen for you. Cicada Finance, there could be a new paradigm coming in DeFi. Cicada Finance building a platform that unlocks liquidity and composability for yield that combines characteristics from both Lido and Pendle. What this means is that users can receive yield without the need to lock, stake, or claim. What this means for protocols is that it's going to experience a symbiotic relationship between protocol revenues and token value while receiving recursive liquidity and composability to integrate seamlessly with ecosystem partners. Keep an eye out for the fair launch. I'm going to put a link to Cicada Finance in the description down below. Make sure you go check that out today. All right, guys. So Cicada Finance, if you want to go check those out, it's Cicada Finance on X, and they've got a launch coming up very, very soon. But this is liquid yield derivatives farming as opposed to the normal staking. So you don't have to stake. You don't have to let them hold. You don't have to knot your keys, your crypto this. So check out Cicada Finance if staking and yield farming is something that's important to you. And it should be, because that's the way you earn passive income in your cryptocurrency holdings. And they allow you to take control of your own assets, and they don't leave you on the cut where somebody could come in and Sam Bankman-Fried you. Speaking of Sam Bankman-Fried, guess what's going on in the market? Alameda Research has unstaked $23 million in Solana. Is a major Solana sell-off coming? Now, 23 million is a large amount. However, step back for some perspective. Solana yesterday traded $3 billion, which means that this is less than 1% of the Solana. Now, it is the market that will decide whether or not there's going to be a dump. And in that regard, if there were a dump here, I think it would be silly. Now, I'm not telling you that it is or is not silly. It just, in my opinion, would be silly for us to expect a massive downside movement. By the way, Alameda doing this sell-off makes you feel like, oh God, here we go again. That creates a dip opportunity. And what do I always tell you? I always tell you that the markets are manipulated, that these people, they despise you. They hate your success. You disgust them. They want you to sell off your bag so that they can then buy it up and scoop it up lower, and then they will change the news narrative. Now, I don't know anything about Coinpedia. I don't know anything about some of these different organizations, how honest they are. But again, this is we've created an article just for perspective here, because I don't want to get too much into it. But Alameda Research unstakes $23 million in Solana is a major SOL sell-off coming, right? They're doing the same thing I'm doing, by the way. It's attention farming, basically. Solana on the verge of another dump. Well, I don't think so. I think the answer to this is they're going to unstake 23 million. People are going to sell down just a little bit, but it's less than 1% of daily transactions. Now, here is what's going on. What they have to do is they have to sell off in order to satisfy creditors. But unlike previous movements, Solana's price barely moved following the $20 million unlock. Instead, the minor fluctuation happened before the transaction, driven by other market factors. In contrast, Ethereum jumped 10% when Alameda transferred a significantly smaller 14 million earlier this year. A possible reason for the lack of impact is the broader bearish sentiment in the crypto market. The SEC's recent delay on multiple Solana ETFs has added to the negative outlook, causing uncertainty. No, it's not. God damn it. I don't, these fucking, I'm fine. No, I don't need an intervention. I'm fine. Anyway, you're being manipulated is basically what's going on here. The price did not dip. So Solana on the verge of a dump, not because of this. If it happens, it's going to be because, you know what? I'll show you that in just a few minutes because it's on the charts and we'll go over that. As far as your cute bubbles go, we've got XRP up 5% on the day, XLM up 12.5%, Sonic Chain up 8.2%. Sonic Chain, by the way, for those that don't know, that's the old Phantom, FTM. TIA's up 5.2%. TIA's been looking to break out. Caspa's been looking to break out. There are a few that are looking to break out. I think there's some real positivity happening right now. And what I would say to you would be this. The things that I think are going to explode in value, something like Sonic Chain, something like XRP, something like BNB. And I'm not as bullish on BNB as some of you are. I say 3x at the end of this. Caspa, like some of the ones that are going to move, the money is going into them right now. So that's what I think is happening right now. This is institution kind of layering themselves in, looking for those little gems that will pop up out of nowhere. Layer up 23%, Deep up 12%, Elf up 20% on the day. I don't even know what Elf is now, but I want to know. 197 million market cap, AELF. I'm going to have to look that up later. Next page, we got Wemix. We got Faye up 31%. So you're seeing a little bit of movement from meme coins. Popcat up 17%. Syrup 21.2. GigaChad down 20%. Now, GigaChad, along with Turbo and Floki, have been delisted in New York by Coinbase. Because Coinbase, Jesus, guys, I can't tell you how disgusted I am at Coinbase on a daily basis anymore. They are the fucking worst. Okay. I move my stuff. I will never fuck that place. Anyway. And by the way, I stuck with them for a long time because I wanted to be supportive because I thought that they were a good like I thought that they were something that was going to be great for the crypto space. So I was willing to look past every disgusting, stupid thing that they might do in favor of, something. I don't know. I don't know what I was looking for. I was just looking for them to be a leader in this industry and not a blood-sucking, leeching thief. And basically at this point, Coinbase is just garbage. And the rest. Look, I'm not saying, by the way, Kraken or crypto.com, I'm not saying that any of them are any better than Coinbase. I'm just saying that it is obvious and blatant at this point that Brian Armstrong doesn't give a shit about you or me. And that Coinbase also doesn't give a shit about you or me. They are all about that money. Scumbag organization, basically. Anyway, MPL up 22% on the day. APU is up 29.9%. I just wanted to say APU. I don't even know what it means. But MPL, UDS, that's another unit. Let's see what this one is. Undead Games up 20% on the day. But we're getting down here to the 4,500 range, and guess what we're looking at right here? We're looking at what was that? 100 was it market cap? 50 million market cap. That's how down the market has been. And by the way, USTC sitting out here on the chart and on the list right now. So there's some movement here, but not a lot, and the U.S. market's selling off. Fear and Greed Index up to 45. So if you bought at 20 or 25 the other day, what is this, 3 days ago? If you bought 3 days ago on Bitcoin, that means you got in right over here. And now you're getting a nice little rip and a nice little explosive recovery. Now, I changed my take profit on this from, what the fuck did I do before? 85,360. I changed it to, I don't even remember what it was. It's not a lot, but there was a point to it. I changed it to 89,000. I got a feeling that we're going to rip at least to around 90. So I want to take a full profit on that, somewhere in that range. And then I want to be able to step back and look at it and see whether or not it's going to continue. And then I'll ape back in. But I think ultimately I'm still worried that we're going to get that gigantic reversal, and that gigantic reversal is going to take us down into that 60,000 range. Like we haven't yet cleared out where I'm comfortable saying that that's not going to happen. So, I am a bit nervous about that one. So we're neutral right now. We're selling off about 34 billion on the day so far. But again, it's early. This could just be the paper-handed hose known as USA investors just selling off a little bit to realign their positions, maybe create a little bit dump or create a little bit of a dump or something like that. So maybe we're not done yet. But ultimately, going back to why we're bullish, it's this right here. This is the global money flow. Global liquidity index shows an enormous spike came into the markets, and it is only a matter of time before it applies to crypto. And we could be seeing the reversal right here. We've got 3 days so far that have been fairly positive. We've got this, this is the bottom right here. If that's the bottom right there, if that and that are the bottoms off of this, catastrophic sort of dump, which is kind of right there, maybe. Also, this, again, I go back to this, and then this is this, and then this right here could be that right there, and then this right here is that right there. The structure is similar. Similar. This recovery right here could just be this right here, and we're headed down just a little bit more. So that's why I'm still not ready to say that we're done. Like I get a sense here that we're gonna like there's something else. There's something else to this. And by the way, I don't like that color anymore. What color should we make that? Let's make that. Should we make it pink? No, we're gonna make that purple. Purple. No, is that purple? Look, purple looks like shit, doesn't it? We're gonna make it orange. How about orange? Yeah, we like orange. All right, so that's what could look. I just don't know at this point. I would like to say that we're done with the dip, but it doesn't seem realistic to me that that's the case. It seems more realistic that we are in the final death throes and that this attempt at recovery is going to, come down and crash a little bit more. And then we're going to get the quote unquote cleansing fire, if you will. Looking at this right here, there's a bunch of liquidity at 80,000. When you zoom out to the weekly, there's more, again, 80,000. When you go out to 1 month, not as clear, but still a lot sitting in that range right there. Getting down to the 60 range, though, that becomes pretty complicated. As you start to zoom out, you don't see an appreciable available amount just kind of sitting there. At best, you got right here, right there, you've got $6 billion in liquidation leverage. And that's at 61,677. This is where it gets real interesting because this is where the real money is. So it's easier to go down, by the way, than it is to go up. So you can look here and you can see at 100,000, there's billions, just billions upon billions upon billions upon billions that are sitting up here. And then, of course, right near that top, you've got another 6 billion at around 110,000. So there's a huge amount of bears that will get liquidated if we get one of those exponential sort of runs. Now, along the way, take profits will be triggered. There's a stop losses that are going to be triggered. A bunch of stuff will get triggered along the way. So we're not going to get all of that money coming into the market. But if we were to get a nice little flow into this, then the possibility certainly exists that we would see something really good happen. And by the way, now that I think of this, give me 1 second here, guys. I think that now I'm going to pop that up there. And then, yeah, there. All right. So just changing monitors. Sorry about that. So anyway, from what I gather right here, from what I'm looking at, it just looks to me like, the money is to the upside. So there's going to be a big time reversal and we're going to get that altcoin season and it's coming pretty soon. I think, again, I don't feel the pain like some people have felt the pain. So it is entirely possible that we need one more cleansing fire, if you will, to attract new investors. So expect some one more push down. Now, let's get into the good news, because this, I think, this is the one thing that changes everything, in my opinion. CZ Binance is now seeking a presidential pardon. Trump family eyes a stake in Binance. Donald Trump family representatives have reportedly discussed acquiring a stake in Binance, while the exchange's founder eyes a pardon. Isn't this going to get kind of crazy here? Because this means not only, here's the thing. This would not only mean that Binance was partly owned by the Trump family, it would also mean, more importantly, that CZ Binance is fully in the clear. And that's a great thing for crypto. And then finally, if the Trump family owns Binance, guess what's coming to America? Binance US will be a thing of the past. Binance will just come to America. And that will fundamentally change the way that we engage with cryptocurrency, because Binance is the big guy on the block. They are not in the United States right now. And look, CZ Binance did exactly what everybody accused him of doing. He went to prison for doing exactly what people accused him of doing because he cheated the system. He is a criminal. He did exactly what it was. It's a financial crime. And really all he did was cheat the other companies that rely on him to be honest. Basically, what he did was he created a system in Binance.us in which they wash traded to make Binance look like it was a global leader in the United States. And that was taking business from Crypto.com and Coinbase. He was lying to you and deceiving you in order to get you to use his platform. Now, I don't know if I agree that the penalty on that was right or not. But I mean, he broke whatever laws there were. So, to jail with you. However, here we are, and it is potential right now. It is possible that he gets a full pardon. Trump family becomes a part owner of Binance, and Binance is back in the United States. And that would cause some interesting developments in the United States. And the fact that it would be an attack on Coinbase, to me, means let's fucking do it. Anything that buries Coinbase for me at this point, yes, let's do it. I have no respect left for that company. So, yeah, let's bring Binance back. I'm in. So anyway, according to a Wall Street Journal's report, U.S. President Donald Trump's family representatives have held talks to acquire a stake in Binance's U.S. arm. This comes just after the top crypto exchange announced that an Abu Dhabi-based MGX had invested $2 billion in the exchange to acquire a minority stake. Meanwhile, the Wall Street Journal reports also revealed that the exchange's founder, CZ Binance, is also pushing for Trump administration to grant him a pardon. Last year, CZ served a 4-month prison sentence after he and Binance US pleaded guilty to anti-money laundering violations. A pardon will wipe out Zhao's criminal record from the registry, meaning he will no longer be regarded as an ex-convict, which will allow him to do business in the United States. So both the Trump family's move to acquire a stake in Binance US and CZ's push for a pardon could intertwine, especially considering that the exchange's founder is allegedly still the largest shareholder. So, yeah, that's going to be a really interesting thing if it happens. Now, will it happen? I don't know. But should it be something that does happen? Oh, man. To me, it seems like this would just be again, look, this is the dumb stuff that would kick off a Bitcoin rally. This is the dumb stuff, the simple things that would kick off a really fundamental rally in all of the markets, because CZ Binance is that guy in crypto. You know what I mean? We can't put it any other way. 1 second here. One more thing. Boom. There we go. All right. So what's next? And that is, here's why XRP's price can go up today. And by the way, their price is about it's up for about 5% on the day. But the price has had a 4% surge as of this article, indicating strong market confidence. Now, what is going on with that? And it looks to me like it's really just a bounce off of that. It looks like the altcoins are having a good day. Now, the reason that I bring that up is because when you look at the market, let's move that over here, then right here, we're down 31 or 32 billion on the day, but DeFi is up 3 billion on the day. And Solana or Ethereum is not down nearly as bad as Bitcoin. So what is going on? Well, a lot of money coming into XRP makes a big difference, but it's not just that. When you start to scroll down, you start to find little pockets. BNB's up 4% because the Trump administration might be in. That's driving the market. Sonic is up 10%. That's driving the market. Tron is up 1.5%. That's driving the market. XLM is up 11.2%. So DeFi having a nice little run. It's having a really nice little run right now. So I do think that this is, it's not a sign of an altcoin season, but I think it is a sign that people are starting to they're starting to layer themselves into altcoins. And a lot of people are betting on Sonic. Okay. A lot of people are betting on XRP and XLM along with it. A lot of people are putting money into places where they think they're going to explode. Remember, we looked at the chat bubbles or the crypto bubbles a little bit earlier. Some of the altcoins, while Bitcoin is down, they're starting to get money. That's the sign that an altcoin season could happen at some point. Now, is it happening? No, it's not. But as the market starts to move and as you start to see some of these things are going to start going green, it looks like, or at least it appears that way, over the next few hours, because it looks like the capital is starting to flow back into the market right now. So if that is the case, then it seems look, I think that today is going to be one of those days where it looks like the market is trying. Now, the Dow Jones is going to need to move positive, I think, first. So I think that, Dow Jones was down a few points just a little while ago. It went back to even just a second ago. Now it's coming back down. Now it's going to, it'll move around, but ultimately I think that, we're going to have a nice little move. So let's move on. Cooling U.S. inflation could give Fed wiggle room to cut rates and potentially boost risk assets, analysts say. Now, a lot of people say that that Donald Trump is so broadly smart and super intelligent. And by the way, this is because you don't want to waste your vote on some dumb. I get it. But they're saying that Donald Trump is playing 9D chess. I don't know. They just make up how many Ds they put in chess anymore, just to say dumb stuff and get engagement for you on X. But the idea was that Donald Trump is forcing the Fed to tank the markets. Now, what happens when you tank the markets? When you tank the markets, then people go to bond yields. When you go to bond yields, and a bunch of people get into bond yields go down. So the interest rate on bond yields, which is at 4.5% roughly, or 4.2, I think right now, then that'll cause the bond yields to start to come down. And when the bond yields come down, the U.S. is going to have to refinance $7 trillion worth of debt, I think was the number. And if they can get the bond yields down, then they can do it at a tiny rate as opposed to paying extra interest. So this is a fiduciarily responsible way for them to do it. So, or at least that's what it would appear to be. Now, in the event that that is the case, then I think that this is a really good thing. Like, it's really, I think the broader market will get super excited about this. And by the way, there's 6 days until the Fed meets. So, or until we know what the Fed's going to do. So we're waiting for that. But now you have a reason at this point for a move. Now you have a reason for, look at inflation. Inflation was down just a little bit. Bond yields, that's what we were looking for. We wanted to see 10-year bond yield. And the 10-year bond yield today is at 4.33%, spiking back up from being down at 4.2 a couple days ago. So they haven't spooked anybody enough to start bringing those rates down. But what they're expecting is cooler than expected CPI has strengthened the case for rate cuts, which could boost liquidity and revive risk-on sentiment favorable to Bitcoin. However, concerns over economic strain from Trump's aggressive tariff policies and lingering market fears are tempering optimism, an analyst added. Now, remember, this is just because USA is a bunch of, silly little babies. U.S. investors are guys that like to go, kiss their husbands on the backside, before whatever they do. Wednesday's cooler than expected U.S. consumer price index inflation reading could offer the Federal Reserve more flexibility to lower interest rates. The FOMC has kept the federal rate steady within the target range of 4.25 to 4.5 since December. However, all eyes are now on the Fed's upcoming monetary policy decision scheduled for March 19. Now, here's the other part. The Fed screwed up last time in not raising rates in a timely fashion. The Fed is what screwed this market the last time. So the Fed, I think, or at least I would have reason to think that Donald Trump is probably at least reminding them, hey, you're the ones that screwed this up. I didn't screw this up. This was under your watch. You were the ones that didn't move in a timely fashion to fix whatever was going on. You didn't fix any of these problems here. And that caused inflation to become very sticky and take a lot of time where, normally maybe you act quickly and you hedge off any kind of downward momentum or inflation that was caused. The Fed didn't do that. So, we'll see what they do. But Wednesday, CPI release brought some relief to investors, with core CPI rising just 0.2, falling short of the expected 0.3. Bitwise head of research Andre Dragosh highlighted how the latest cooling could result in a beneficial sentiment change for risk assets. US CPI inflation decelerating gives the Fed more wiggle room to cut rates, which is probably the reason why Bitcoin is rallied on the release. So This lower than expected inflation print strengthens the case for multiple rate cuts as investors now price in an 82% chance of 3 rate cuts by December, a major potential liquidity boost for risk assets, including crypto. So if we get what we hope for, and by the way, this does not mean that they're going to cut rates. Now, I don't think that it's being priced in or anything like that. If we were to get a rate cut, if it's priced in, it's being priced in right now. So, it could rally into, buy the rumor, sell the news. It's still the law of the land. However, Bit mining chief executive Yu-Wei Yang warned that one favorable CPI print may not be enough to restore confidence. CPI was bullish, signaling faster rate cuts, but crypto hasn't reacted strongly as weeks of market fear require more than a single good print to regain confidence. That's not really true. That's just him telling. And by the way, remember, the CPI. This is news. Remember, the everything is manipulated by news. So give us a rate cut, and also on the same day, pardon CZ Binance and see what happens in this market long term. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty simple. And then China unban crypto. You know what I mean? Like, those are the 3 things right there that, in my opinion, would make a huge, huge move for Bitcoin and for these markets. So, but let's keep going here. If you haven't already, why don't you go check out Trobits? Trobits burned every day. They are burning Luna Classic. If you are looking to burn Luna Classic, all you have to do is come over here. Now, I did meet with these guys yesterday, and we did talk about it. So we're going to put some video content up on this website, but you have a daily brief every day. You can find out what you need to know about cryptocurrency. And by the way, it doesn't cost you anything. This is free. And they give you articles all day long so that you can get informed about what is going on in the crypto space, in the crypto market. Not only that, you also get to burn Shiba Inu. And a lot of people looking to burn Shiba Inu. If you're a Shiba Inu fan, if you're a Luna Classic fan, you owe it to yourself every day to just come to this website and burn. Just all you have to do is engage with the articles, by the way. When I say burn, I don't even mean you have to burn. This ad right here burns. This ad right here burns. This ad down here burns. So as long as you have these ads and you refresh this and go look through these articles and stuff like that, as long as you do that, then guess what? You're going to be burning a lot of crypto here. You'll burn a lot of SHIB. You're going to burn a lot of Luna Classic. And I think that both communities need that. So go check out Trobits today and just go check the articles out. Help a brother out. Do that, and we're going to be in good shape. Also, if you haven't, DevE. Yesterday, there was a meeting, and that meeting was very interesting. It was Austin and Tom talking about going forward, like what is happening for the market. And then not only that, but right after that, Austin gets on with Davin, and they start talking about some stuff too. So here is the recording right now of Austin and Tom. You can come check that out. And what they're really talking about is, without alluding to it, there are some things that are coming very, very soon. Also, April 5th through 8th, they're going to be at a Ray Quintana is going to be a speaker at one of the crypto conventions. And then in May, they're going to be at Token 2049. And by the way, some kind of big announcement is going to happen while they're in whatever's happening April 5th to April 8th. I want to say it's in Paris, by the way. Don't hold me to that, because I was looking it up. But they're going to be at the next big event, which is April 5th through April 8th. There's going to be a massive announcement that comes out then. I don't know, leading up to it. I don't think it's NASDAQ. I don't think it's any of that. I don't think, I think it's something different, but I don't know. Like, I don't know, but it looks like they are setting the table up for just a massive amount of news after news after news after news. And I think they feel like that this is going to push their project to the moon. And by the way, just so you guys understand, the price of the token isn't really relevant to them. That's not how they're thinking. That's not how they're working. That's not what they're looking for. So the price of the token they're not concerned about that. They're concerned about adding value to your investment. And if they add value to your investment, then the price action will come along with it. So they're looking at that right now. That's what they're trying to do. So that's why you haven't seen them There's all those shillers out there. Like if you just got on another exchange, if you just got a centralized exchange listing, then that would make the price go up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, bro? Retards that need to get their bag pumped because, and by the way, the reason that they want their bag pumped is so they can sell. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to be like, no, it's not it. That's not it at all, bro. Yeah, that's exactly how it works. If you have conviction in something, then the price action right now doesn't really matter. So if you bought at $1 and it's at 60 cents right now, but you have conviction, nothing is fundamentally changed. If you didn't have conviction in the beginning and you were just looking at other people's conviction and saying, hey, that's an opportunity for me to buy some, and then maybe if the price is going to go up, then maybe I could make 13 or 14 or maybe even $17 or whatever it is that you say in your brain. That's just how it sounds to me. But that's what it looks like. That's to me, that's what's going on. I think it sounds to me like you're just, a baby. I don't mean any of that. You're awesome. You're awesome. You equals awesome. I'm just kidding. You're so awesome. Anyway, so also 50 million Fiat tokens have been burned. 50 million tokens were burned, reducing the supply from 350 million to 300 million. They extended the vesting, which is now 6 years, with a 1-year cliff and then 5-year linear. Fiat utility is powering their gaming, metaverse, gig economy, social apps, and dev exchange. And there's going to be a lot of information about that coming out very, very soon. All Fiat allocations are now fully distributed. 324,452 Fiat were sent to Genesis NFT holders due to forfeited claims. By the way, I only have 75,000 Fiat, but if you hold a Genesis NFT, you got 324,000 Fiat. Like, get yourself a Genesis NFT. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I mean? So it's giving back to you is basically it. Now, if you haven't already, there is the weekly roundup where Davin and they talk about what's going on. And then big names, big ideas, one space. Join us later today as we host Tauntcoin and IBC Group for an exclusive discussion, March 13, 4 p.m. UTC. Which is going to be in about 2 hours, hour and a half. You don't want to miss this. Could be the start of a big announcement for what is going on with Tauntcoin and Battle World. And that could be a really interesting time. So maybe that's a great opportunity. So get yourself a bag of Devi right now, trading at about 60 cents. Down about 5% on the day. When you look at the trade volume, and by the way, I changed this up here to token race, which was silly. We're going to go back to hot pairs up there. But over the last little while, it's got the trade volume is 174,000. So, you've just the overseas markets just selling off because, again, they're looking for, I think I need what I need you to do. And what I need you to do is I need you to go up only. And if you go up only, then that is how I'm going to make a bunch of money. I'm going to make totally $24 and $27 or whatever. Again, if you're selling like that, I think you're retarded to begin with. So just my opinion, by the way, and I'm entitled to have my opinion, just the same as you're entitled to be retarded. You know what I mean? So anyway, 60 cents right now. So get yourself a bag or, don't. You're going to miss out. CC coin, make sure you got yourself a bag of CC coin. I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on in this spot here. All right, then. So anyway, if you buy CC coin right now, trading at 302406, has not started the recovery yet because the market hasn't started the recovery. Remember, we were talking about this and they were inside this little range here. Solana was at 140. So Solana absolutely dumped to 125 and then even lower. And then the favorability on that pairing was just not that good. So now going to have to get back into this range because otherwise we have created a new paradigm here. And that new paradigm is downward momentum. And we're actually in one of those, potential long-term breakout patterns, but that means that we've got declining positions. So I don't think that that's going to play out that way. I think that we're going to probably get a nice little spike back in here because again, the favorability on all of it. Again, global liquidity coming back into the market means that something big is going to happen. I don't know what that big, explosive move. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but we're going to be testing the top of this range up here very, very soon. So get yourself a bag of CC coin and don't turn the frogs gay. Also, Saitama Reborn, now up to almost 30,000 views for the Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Additionally, SWP is in the positive for the day, moving up to 84, almost back up to a penny. You can see right here, a little bit of volume coming through over the last little while, starting to get back into that move. But again, same as everything else, it's really tied to Solana at this point. So if we can get some big run out of Solana, that would apply to all of these meme coins. That would. So anyway, make sure that you get yourself a little bit, because I have a feeling that we're going to be close to a breakout on Solana at 125. We've seen that spike right there. If we are in fact in a good position, then this spike, and I don't know for sure. Again, I don't know. We could have some more downward momentum, but if that right there spikes up, then the rally's on. We're going to Valhalla, blah, 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 blah. So get yourself some SWP right now. Also, if you haven't, get some Pump It tokens for the love of God. By the way, look, I'm not telling you that this thing is going to go absolutely bonkers and crazy. Okay, but it just did a couple days ago, went up like 3 or 4x just on a retest, right? So we were sitting down in this range at 2,000 and it went up to almost 6. Okay, so it was an easy 3x, and now it's down here. It's probably going to do that same thing again. And where is it going to go? Well, boom, 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 boom. Most likely, you're going to get about a 2x, an easy 2x in the next few hours if you're buying Pump It. And remember, don't forget this. This is very important, that the Bogdanovs, they named it. This is their family that runs this account. And it is entirely possible. And by the way, that means they're holding Trump. So Trumpet and Pump It, I guess, is going to be the rally cry for the day. Trumpet, then Pump It. So yeah, look, all of these things are all lined up. It's just a matter of going down the list, knocking them all out. Again, this market is in a space where, the U.S. market is a taker. The U.S. market is not interested in pumping it yet, but any moment now, I think that's going to flip. Money flow has been positive. We've seen it over and over again. There's a 94% correlation, by the way, between the global liquidity index and the crypto market. 94%. So when I'm telling you that it's going to pump, it's going to pump. I don't know how much. I just know that it's going to pump. So let's go look at the last ones. Make sure you buy some Pump It. Speedy having a little bit of recovery, up 36%. But look, I don't know. I think Speedy's just cooked like everything else. You know what I mean? Like all of these things that were having those big breakouts before, they're just DOA at this point. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to extract. I'm not going to worry about it. What I have is worth only like $100 anyway. And it was $400 when I got it. So, it's like $100 right now. What I think is going to happen is I think we're going to get one more gigantic spike out of it at some point. But really, 125,000 in liquidity and $1 million market cap. And it's probably a hedge against what's going on with Turbo being delisted from that scumbag, organization Coinbase. And Turbo at 151 million market cap after being at $1 billion market cap, by the way, I might add. Remember, it was all down here. So, look, this thing is completely collapsed all the way back down. Turbo has completely collapsed all the way back down to that 150 range. Now, here's the other part. When the market flips, and again, we're relying on it to flip, but look at what it's done over the last bunch of so really what I think is going to happen here is wham. You know what I mean? And I don't mean the George Michael kind that does stuff in bathrooms with dudes. I'm talking about the other wham, like the pow. So that right there is about an 8x from where we are. So if that can happen and we can get a little bit of a rip back on Turbo, which is, by the way, the AI generated meme coin, then Speedy, I think, would also probably rip because of that. Also holding Hiss, which is the one snake one on Solana, but I'm not seeing anything that's giving me any confidence right now. I mean, the spike is right there, right? Again, we've been shaken out. Everybody's been shaken out. So now there's going to be another rally at some point, and I do think that rally will kick in. And I don't know, how far it goes, but that would be about a 30x, 35x, something like that to get to the top there. And by the way, bet on that to happen when the market is right. Don't bet on it not to happen. Rhythm's up 5%, Pepe's up 5%, Trump is up 3%. And here's the thing: if Trump's meme coin can't get a pump going, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Trump's meme coin is just DOA, and it's not. The point, by the way, is it's not. So you know what I mean? It was the Solana address. I wouldn't send it to the USDC address because if you click on USDC, and it was actually USDT, I think I sent. I don't know. I don't remember if it was USDC or USDT, but it tells you that it's for the Ethereum blockchain. The Solana was for the Solana blockchain. So I sent it to my Solana address. So, and I got a feeling that any day now, Coinbase will probably be supporting it. I think that there's going to be a push for that to happen, especially because the Solana blockchain, like, I'm not worried about the money at this point, because I think that Solana will have to be adopted because they're about to have an ETF. So I think Coinbase is going to have to quit being a little bitch and man up. I mean, Brian Armstrong is in charge, so most likely they won't. But, being a little bit, I don't know what it's like being a little bitch. I've never been one, but, I'm not Brian Armstrong. LFGO, about dead even for the day. Gummy, dead even for the day. API 3, Bonk, Trump, Fias, all about dead even for the day. The rest of them down just a little bit on the day. So there you have it. That's what's going on. That's the market. Liquidation points, we've already discussed that. The flows on the ETFs actually came in positive for the first time in days, to the tune of 13 million. So it wasn't exploding or anything. But you're also seeing that over the last 3 days, check this out, the Ethereum one has cooled off too. It was at 37 million outflow, then 21 million, then 10 million. That usually predicates positive inflow. And look, with the Trump administration holding on to with the Trump family holding on to a lot of Ethereum, with a lot of people are buying Ethereum right now. Okay, with all of that happening, it stands to reason that there will be a moment very, very soon when the switch is going to be flipped. Everybody is sitting there. They put themselves into this position. It is only a matter of time before everything explodes. Okay. And I can't tell you when. I can tell you what it looks like. I can tell you that, there's the money flow. The money flow is there. The outflow on Solana is still vast. Like the outflow is still this right here. And by the way, what's cool is, I'm going to move this down just a little bit right here. And then I'm going to put this one up here just a little bit. I think, yeah. Yeah. So if you look at it from this context here, this is a better example of what was going on here. You got that spike and you got that move, which is there and there, right? Then you had the move up and you had the two big the spikes, and then boom, you hit this on the top right there. Then your secondary test, which was this right here, right there. Now you're having this dip, which is right there. And by the way, here, let me tie these together. That to that, that to that, that to that, that to that, which means that we're in that final throw right here, if that's the case. All right. Some of these look that way. So what does that mean? Well, let's look at, we're going to turn off money flow, because look, we know money flow is coming to the positive. Let's pull out a fib and let's see what it looks like to use a Fibonacci on Solana. And the reason I'm saying Solana is because I think that Solana is incredibly important right now to much of crypto and the broader ecosystem. So this is what it looks like. So we've got a rip up to the top. Now, what I would suspect and what you should be looking for to happen here is with that move, that downward momentum that we just got, if we're in a reversal, then what you should expect is for Solana to come back and test this golden zone right here. And that's going to be between 204 and 226. So that's going to be the next move, or should be reasonably the next move, is going into this 204 area here, maybe into that range right there. And now that I see it, now that I do, I'm going to be like, I don't think so. So let's go you know what? Let's go CEFF00. We are now, boom, using volted green. Ha ha. All right, so move into there. Then a retest, a flush out test, going to be at one of these spots. I think it's going to be at this one at 155. Then a move up here into 252, and a breakout comes after that. By the way, remember, we talk about this all the time. I'm just reversing the positions, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where it's going to go. And I don't think it's going to go down. I think actually it's going long. But I think we're in the look. There's going to be I think it's positive, right? I think ultimately we're in a good space right now. It's just a matter of moments before we get that next big breakout. So that's what I think is going to happen. And by the way, I would show you all the other charts, but I think it's going to happen on all of them. So, you know, so I'm using Solana as just kind of the litmus test. The other one that I want to say is just as aggressively is Ethereum. This, by the way, just a reminder here, this is when Eric Trump told you that you should buy Ethereum. In case you were wondering if Eric Trump knows shit, he doesn't know shit. Okay. He just wrecked you. All right. Your investment is now down 40% since you listened to Eric Trump. So congratulations, bruh. Do the opposite of what the Trump family says. That's going to be the rule for the moment. All right. By the way, when it breaks out, and it will break out, it's going to be because of what Trump is doing right now. So don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm saying that, you know, when they say, oh, you should buy this right now, I would not buy it. I would short it at that point, because not them, by the way, but market makers are working against them at this point. I mean, should be obvious at that, you know. So that's it. That's the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Working on the studio, as you can see over here, we've created a new, you know, I've done a few new things over here. We're going full green screen again. I know I did that before and I liked it. So we're going to do it again. I'm going to have a full green screen. That will mean when I come down into this view right here, then I will just be on that screen, and you won't see all the backer and stuff like that. So we're making some upgrades. I didn't realize, because I am what you might call in French an idiot. I had a 6x6 green screen that I use for like thumbnails and shit like that. And then I thought, you know, why am I not just wrapping this entire thing? Because I like the black, by the way, but it just, you know, it just looks in the background. So we're going to do some green screen, most likely going forward. And then from that, that'll be the first start in some changes that we're making. Also, don't forget, I told you guys, and I haven't done it yet, and you might be asking yourself, why? Are you cheap? No, I'm lazy. But we're going to be doing some trivia every day, and we're going to be doing some crypto giveaways and stuff like that. By the way, if anybody out there has experience in marketing and management, like, I need a manager. I need somebody who can get me deals for cryptos that I can have them handle it instead of me. And you get a cut, and also help me with engagement and stuff like that. So I'll be looking for somebody. So if anybody's interested, you know how to reach me. So see what happens. Now, in closing, don't forget the most important thing in your life, and that is that I, not you, I am Donald Trump's favorite person in crypto.
I'm about to drop some hugely powerful alpha. And that's what they call it. They call it alpha, believe me. Okay. And not many people know this, but alpha means that I know big things, strong things, powerful things. So here's the alpha, folks. If you want to be hugely rich like me, you got to join and subscribe to the Believes Crypto YouTube channel. You got to become a member because many people say, quite frankly, it's the strongest YouTube channel out there. It's fantastic. It's the best. So let me know what you think, folks. Funny Donald out.
I talked to Donald Trump and I said, hey, man, I appreciate the fact that you like my channel more than everybody else's, but what about Cryptosaurus? Or as people say, cryptos are us, George, if that's even your name. And he was like, ew, gross. No. And I said, well, what about Rand Nooner at Crypto Banter? And he said, many people are saying that Nooner is a name for a wiener. So if you're talking about a Rand wiener, I don't like wiener. I only like grabbing them by the, I don't remember exactly what he said. I kind of blacked out when he said that. Then I said, well, what about Ben Armstrong? And he was like, come on, man. Then I said, Discover Crypto. And he was like, what is that? Is that even a thing? And then I said, what about Tom Crown? And he said, how about Tom Brown? Because boo. You know what I mean? So, yeah, as his favorite channel, I just want you guys to know that it's going to be all right. We'll talk to you again very, very soon.